Now, number 2 should be even less of a surprise. Again, Michigan, Eminem. I'm giving him number 2.
That's not a surprise. It's a surprise that he's number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a surprise.
So, like I said, it's like, to me, with Eminem, it's like, it's a guy with talent, but like we were also talking about, where would Eminem be without Dre? Where would Dre be without Eminem? So it's really one of those things, because, and like you said, My Name Is, he put something out there where he's like, you remember it.
That's probably the greatest introduction song.
You're always like,
ever.
oh, Slim Shady. You know, and the thing is also, and then he's branched out, like I said, love the Way You Lie. I love that. You know, where it's just like, hey, I'm just fed up. I promise I'm not going to punch you. Look, I'm such a good guy. I punched the wall. And it's like, that's not necessarily making things better. But the other thing I was thinking about too is Stan.
That's the best song.
Stan.
That's in my top. I'm gonna say top 10 songs of all time, and it ain't 8, 9, 10 either. And
it's like, you have that moment too where he had his controversy about the homophobia stuff, the VMAs, and Elton John and him, and apparently they're
that's what that was.
Yep.
That song.
Yep. Well, no, that's why he came out to play it, but the controversy was happening at the same time because he was misogynist, you know.
Yeah.
Like, he just hated everybody.
Well,
so that was kind of like their peace thing, was where he replaced Dido with Elton John. What? You know, kind of as a show of like, hey, look, we're cool. Like, you know, I can grow as a person. Yeah. Now, the other thing that's interesting too, like, and again, what it goes into why he's number 2 is Stan has become an online slang for people who are fans about stuff. People are like, oh man, I'm such a Lakers stan, you know, and you're like, well, I don't hope you're not putting anybody in like trunks and shit and driving them off the bridge, but you know.
So you just gave me an alley oop to something I said I was going to talk about on the podcast. So with the work I do now, I met someone over the phone. So I'll give you an example. When I worked, Cedric was probably the first black guy I'd ever worked with in this area. Yeah. In a long time. Yeah. So when I met him, I was like, wow, it's a black guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Every time I see a black guy when I work with him, not that I'm racist, but it's like, yeah, wow, it's cool.
And that's been my experience. I've seen like other people on podcasts or videos, like celebrities, they're like, you know, being the black guy on the lot in Paramount or wherever, they're like, oh, I see the black dude emptying the garbage can. We're like, you know,
he's just like, yeah, what up? Yeah.
It's like, I'm the guy making millions, and you're the dude, but we are essentially together. You know.
Well, we're not. I mean, I wouldn't say together, but it's like, oh, somebody that's not
got the same experience as I do.
You know, like every room I walk in, I'm probably gonna be the only black dude in it in my day-to-day life. Yeah. But anyway, so make a long story short. How can I say this? So you know, we chopping it up, man. You know, I don't know if I give off the excitement that I'm talking to a black guy over the phone and how this person takes it, you know, but it basically, you know,
like, I don't know him like that more than beyond that fact.
Exactly. So as we chopping it up, man, you know, of course, you know, he's like, hey, man, you got social media? I'm like, of course, man, I'm everywhere, you know, blah, blah. You know, because I don't talk about the podcast because I'm still working for someone, and I don't want any kind of, not correlation, but any type of involvement or whatever. I don't want no one to mistake anything I say for something
as being
what they think. You see what I'm saying? So I try to keep that separate. This is personal life. Work is work life. So anyway, so he asked for that. So he realized I have a podcast. Boom, boom, boom. Starts liking pics on my social media, and I noticed some pics likes this with my shirt off. And I'm like, you know, I ain't thinking nothing about it. I was like, well, I'm a bodybuilder, you know, so that's no, you know.
Yeah, bodybuilders like bodybuilder pictures. Yeah, there's nothing weird about that.
You remember I used to sit in the back at our job, and all I would watch is shirts with people with their shirt off, lifting weights and stuff, you know. So that ain't nothing. But then I get a smiley face emoji in my DM. A smiley face emoji.
Yeah.
What? So would that throw you off? Would that throw you off?
Random emojis of any kind throw me off.
From a dude, or from a girl or a dude.
Well, like I said, and that's the thing. Like, when you're the sender, you don't think anything of it. You don't think about any kind of message that you send to somebody. Cause you're like, oh, wow, this is funny. I'm going to send this, and then they're like, well, what the fuck do you mean by that? Like, you know, kind of like, oh, I didn't know you were going to get offended. But
okay.
But like
so
I said, with his,
right
he
then.
might be like, he might have been responding to something from like 5 minutes ago or something else.
So I took it right. So I didn't think nothing about it.
You're like, I'm just going to let that slide. Maybe people respond
smiley
to the wrong
faces
thing
smiley
all the
face.
time.
Smiley faces smiley face.
Sometimes my mom sends me texts like, that fucking Jason, I hate him. And I'm like, you sent this to the wrong person.
Yeah.
It's like, oops, no bad.
So, okay, so I'm not wrong. So I didn't think nothing about it. And, you know, a couple hours go by, not even days. A couple hours go by, I get a picture of my foot in my inbox. It's got some J's on. You know, and so again, I didn't think nothing about it. I was like, "Oh, you a sneakerhead?"
Yeah.
No. What size shoe you wear? Oh.
Whoa. Hi. No.
So now I'm like, I'm like, whoa.
I'm not that hard up on my hustle yet. You know, like
never. Well, I mean, I don't know. I never say never.
Wait till you end up like those old dudes in Trading Places. You know?
Nah, even then.
Damn it, Mortimer.
It'd have to be something. I don't even know what it could be. It couldn't happen, I guess.
It's like, just kill me now.
Yeah, just, you know, whatever. But anyway, make a long story short, I'm getting pursued by a gentleman, man. And it threw me off, man, because that's never happened to me, man. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how I feel about it, man. So based on what you said about the stand thing, and I didn't even take it that way, it's a weird feeling because I remember in that song, he says, what's this stuff you talk about us wanting to be together?
Yeah. And it's all shit that he didn't get. Like, oh, hey, sorry I didn't write you back about this. You know, and it's like by then, Stan's flown off the handle. He's murdered shit. He's just like, it's like, oh, hey, man, sorry. I didn't realize that was you backstage. Or I would have said, hey, I wouldn't have rushed off as quick. Like, you know, like I just got this letter. You know, and that's, again, a lot can happen in a short amount of time with social media or instant messages.
Right.
And it's like you think about stuff where some people profit on it. I think about like the Jenny Jones talk show she had where it's like, oh, hey, we're going to bring you on, like Chad, to show you your secret crush, and they make you think it's some woman, and then it's like a coworker comes out, that dude snapped and killed the dude.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So like with this, man, so to cut it off and get you back on your list, man, I'm like, hey, man, because at this point I realize what it is. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, hey, man, you need to just text me. You got my number. Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, we need to keep it here. Well, no, actually, before that, rewind. You know, I go silent then. I don't respond. Yeah, I don't say nothing. Yeah, I just quit. We done with this conversation. And I'm trying to be professional and be nice and be, you know, courteous. And, you know, I still think he's a cool dude, you know, whatever. But it's like, and then, you know, he gets that pain. You know, you ever hit on a girl at work? You're like, oh, they quit responding.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm about to get fired. You know, and I felt that through the phone. So, and I hit him at, you know, because he was like, oh, everything good. But I said, no, it's all good.
Excellent.
It's all good.
I mean, this conversation, we're good. We're just.
But then he pursues again, goes back into it. I said, look, man, just shoot a text on my phone. Yeah. I'm not about to be inboxing with no grown man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, trying to keep it professional and courteous. Yeah. But like, look, text my phone. You can text me anytime. Wife home. Side chick home, whoever home, you know, you can text me anytime. Like, there is no concern here.
This is something you need to be crystal clear about.
Yeah, like trust me, it ain't that.
But then
it's
like you also get the thing where it's like I think men are more aware too of like, oh shit, have I been doing this to women the whole time? Like
that's where I was going.
Have I been?
And that's where I was going with it.
Like, have I not? When she stopped talking to me, did I?
And that's where I was going with it, man. Yeah. And that's where I was going with it. I was like, man, I don't want to be that guy ever again.
Yeah, like oh shit, this is creepy.
Yeah, man. That is like I understand.
Especially you think of women being like tend to be smaller. She's gonna feel super threatened.
Yeah, because I never felt threatened, but I felt uncomfortable though. Like, look, man, like. No is no.
Like, no is no. Like I don't want to just. I don't want to be that dude that has to be like go and snitch or whatever. But you need to stop sending me.
But I tell you what, you send me one of them, them cucumber pics, and then hey, I'm snitching.
Like yeah, exactly.
I'm telling. I ain't even no tattletale, but I'm telling.
Eggplant, peach, raindrop, umbrella. That shit's gotta go.
Yeah,
that's out.
Well, I'm telling. I'm like this. Hey. Yeah, I'm telling, man.
Now,
so yeah,
again,
man,
going
cool,
as far as weird situations like that, I go back to first time I ever moved out. Like my friend and I moved into a really large 2-bedroom apartment in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It was he and I, and these were people that he knew. He knew, like, there's this gay guy there that lived there, and there was like a couple, a man and a woman that lived there. At different points, there ended up being 7 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Wow.
I couldn't find a job. Most of them worked 3rd shift. The woman that was in a relationship worked 2nd shift.
Wow.
So she'd come home, and she and I would hang out and just bake cookies and do whatever.
That's what's up.
Again, going back to something we discussed before, I am oblivious when people are interested in me. So the whole time I lived there, I never knew that she wanted it.
Oh, yeah. You
never knew. Until I moved out, and they're like, did you not know? And I'm like, no. But tying it back to this, like, the gay dude, like, his boyfriend would come over to hang out. Cool dude, whatever. And he was just like, hey, one day he was like, I just want you to know, you're the hottest dude I've ever seen. And I'm like, cool, thanks. You know I'm not gay, right? And he's like, yeah, I know. He's like, I just had to tell you. I'm like, okay, cool. And we just went back to being friends. Yeah, now, that might be the exception. Other people might, again, lose their shit and beat him up or him beat me up over it.
And that's the thing, man. You know, like 10 years ago, this would have happened. It would have been a different me. 5 years ago, it would have been a different me. 15 years ago, 20 years ago. But now it's like, no, I accept people for who they are. Your decisions are your decisions. Yeah. But at the end of the day, once, no is no.
Yeah, exactly.
No is no.
And that's the thing. People just need to communicate about stuff, which ties
people
back
need
into
to communicate.
Which goes back again to other sensitivity things of like.
And that's what you can't tell somebody, because I felt uncomfortable being like, "Look, dog, I like ass and titties."
Yeah.
And not men's asses.
No.
Like women's asses with the little pink little drawers in between the crack. You know what I'm saying? I like asses, women's asses, and titties.
Yep.
Like, and there's no other there's no exception to the rule.
There's no wiggle room on this.
I don't care what you bring into the table.
I did not accidentally fill in a different bubble on the multi-choice.
I don't care what you got access to. I don't care what you can do for me.
Nope.
It don't even matter. We ain't even got to get to there. I don't care what you compliment on. I don't care what's big, what's small. On me, it doesn't matter.
Don't be stealth picturing shit of my shoes at me. That's like
he said, I even go on. It was a long. He sent pictures of his shoe.
Told
me how big my shoe was, and it's just like, wow, man. Like, and that's how I said. And this kept on going on when I wasn't responding, man. It was just so uncomfortable. But anyway.